If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it and it's free. Looking for PTGO codes? Potown Store has all the latest sets and promos instantly delivered to your email. You can use tablemon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. Want to show off your love for tablemon? Check out my 2021 merch. These new hoodies and shirts are available on Amazon. Click on the link in the description to get yours. This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Welcome back everyone to a brand new video for Road to Worlds here. We're going to continue with our coverage of the Salt Lake City decks, and we're going to be taking a look at the top 16 deck by Nathaniel Kaplan with Rapid Strike Malamar. Now, single price Pokemon haven't been doing as well as a lot of us expected them to, but I mean, Malamar did get 2 top 16 placements, so I think it's definitely worth taking a look. Once again, this really cool card with the Rapid Strike Tentacles attack does 40 damage and you may reveal any number of Rapid Strike cards from your hand, and this attack does 40 damage for each card you revealed in this way, and then you shuffle those cards back into your deck. So we're going to be utilizing Octillery's Rapid Strike Search ability to get a Rapid Strike card and put it into our hand to help fuel the damage. We'll also be utilizing Cinccino with a Make 2 ability to get 2 cards in our hand, get rid of cards that are not Rapid Strike, and fuel our damage output. And we're also going to be using the brand new Cynthia's Ambition, where you draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand, and if any of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn, you draw cards until you have 8 cards instead. So combos really nicely with the single price attackers. 1 price card, then you get to draw until you have 8 to replenish your hand, find your resources, and continue to attack. Bruno used to be the 4-off instead of Cynthia's Ambition, but the shuffle into 7 is a little less good than draw until you have 8, because if you already had Rapid Strike cards, you would shuffle them back and hope to draw them again, whereas with Cynthia's Ambition, you just draw extra cards potentially. Only to battle VIP pass, very interesting inclusion, not maxing it out, and you can, if you don't have it on turn 1, you can just discard it. I personally wouldn't play this card as a 12, I would make it a 4-off, probably by taking out like an Incense and a Great Ball, or even 2 Great Balls to maximize that, but this is the list, so we're going to stick with it. Does play a copy of Boss, which is really nice, as you can maybe utilize it if you need to finish something off that you couldn't KO, or you want to pick something off that's easier to knock out in the price cards, or in the bench rather. And the rest of the deck is pretty straightforward, with a lot of Ball Search to set up your Pokemon. The supporters, Karina's Focus, plays a role of draw along with bonus damage, our energies, and our Pokemon recovery. So let's jump into the games and see how we can do with this deck. Alright, so I do believe I read in Nathaniel's report that he didn't mind going second because you get to like set up, which is never a bad thing. You get to play supporter as well. You get to potentially use Call for Family from Minccino rather, which is always good. And there was another Rapid Strike Malamar deck that featured Intillion instead of Cinccino, and they definitely chose to go second because they had a lot of outs to like getting a full bench on turn 1 with the Brawly or Call for Family, or even both sometimes. Alright, so we're definitely threatened right here. We're gonna go ahead and Great Ball. We do get a Minccino, no way for us to retreat, at least yet. This hand's not great at all, honestly. I think I just set up another Inkay and then wait until this guy gets KO'd, because Cynthia's for 2 if I burn the Incense doesn't seem great, whereas once my opponent takes a knockout next turn, then I can Cynthia's for a bunch more cards. And I actually wouldn't mind them going after the Minccino to try and slow me down, because then I would get to evolve both Malamars right there, so it wouldn't be a bad thing. We'll see. We shall see. This card's a boss even, so does grab this Anaconda, which we do have resistance to, so I'm not sure that's the best play possible. Unfortunately, that will stop me from. They will not be taking a prize card, therefore. I mean, they might still take a prize card, but. Air Balloon to the 3 Retreater doesn't seem like a good idea. Alright. I wonder if they'll attack with Arceus or if they'll start spreading damage with Sandaconda, but we do have resistance with the active. Energy Search for the grass. Okay, that does tell us that they're not going to be attacking with the Sandaconda this turn. And I think they thought they could retreat. Wow. I'm pretty sure they thought they could retreat right here. Yeah. So, a misplay from my opponent that could end up... I mean, it's not gonna really affect too much. Alright, that Karina's Focus was a really nice top deck. Karina's Focus actually better than Cynthia's Ambition at this point in time. And I guess when you're a one prizer, best case scenario was them not taking a prize card, right? So I actually don't mind that too much. There's no need for me to overbench at this point. My hand is also so good that I'm not going to make do. I could make do one Cynthia, I guess. Nah, Cynthia is just too good. Well, the thing is they might not take a KO actually. Based on what they've done so far, they might actually not take a KO. Alright. I'll go ahead and establish the Remoraid. Sure. And then we will do a nice 120 damage. Kind of think 80 is better. Just keep the Inkay in case my opponent does find the switch and knocks out my Malamar. That's fine. Right, because we have to back up Inkay, evolve into Octillery, and then Cynthia's. I mean, obviously I don't mind if my opponent doesn't attack me, but I'd definitely rather... Like, if they take up prizes, then they accelerate my potential to do damage a lot more. Seems like they're gonna try and go the spread route, but this thing's not gonna survive enough turns for Sand Pulse to ever matter, so they could also now pay their Retreat Gust. Which they do. So this is perfectly fine by me at this point. I'm sort of confident I can one-shot the Arceus this upcoming turn. Depends on what I draw, obviously. There's still plenty of non-Rapid Strike cards in my hand, but I'm also in no rush at the moment. I'm definitely not in any sort of rush. Alright, and I have the guaranteed energy as well, which is fantastic. Alright, so let's do this, and let's send his Ambition for 7 brand new cards. Alright, then let's go ahead and make do. Away the Battle VIP pass. Alright, so right now I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I actually have knockout as long as the Great Ball connects. Oh, but I have the search actually, so never mind. So I do have the guaranteed knockout, I'm pretty sure. I'm gonna have to scoop up net the Malamar, but that's alright. I am okay with that trade. Yeah, so I'll grab these. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Right. I'll go ahead and attach this energy. We'll definitely bench these two friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the last card in my hand is the Cynthia's Ambition. So can't ask for much more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. Perfect numbers. Decently good hand. And now I have the potential for triple Cinccino on top of the Cynthia's Ambition. So things are looking pretty good, I would say. we get damage and we get the backup Inkay. So really good. We have guaranteed energy thanks to the training court, so I don't have to worry about that. And I can utilize the Rapid Strike energies for maximum damage potential rather than having to attach. So we are actually getting a lot of benefit from my opponent's stadium right here. All right. So yeah, I think it's generally just a matter of time before we win. Because even like after we knock out this Anaconda, the highest HP Pokemon they have potential is another Anaconda VMAX. We also have access to a boss, which would be fairly easy to knock out the Oranguru for sure, with only 3 Rapid Strike cards. So I think we're in a really good spot. I don't see myself losing this game at this point. We're almost Marnie foolproof. Marnie also gives us 5 cards, so it's not like we really suffer from that. Alright, so let's bench the Inkay. I do need that Inkay benched, obviously, and then let's go ahead and Cynthia's Ambition for 6. And perfect, we get double Cinccino. However, every other card is potentially a Rapid Strike card. So okay, I need 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm guaranteed the 6 cards. Alright, so I'm gonna Rescue Carrier for these 2. Okay, so, and I don't need to bench these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now I'm guaranteed. So what I can do is I'll search for the Malamar. Right. And then I will... I mean, I generally could discard 1 and just establish the Remoraid as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you know what? I'll do that. 6 times 4 is 24, right? Alright, I just get those, which is fantastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to establish the second Cinccino, but I'm not going to use the Make Do ability. And then I'll go ahead and grab the energy. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can definitely afford to bench the Remoraid. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I get to keep Ocarina's Focus for next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for guaranteed supporters. We get the KO and we're guaranteed an extra 6 cards, or up to 6. We have double Cinccino as well to just KO anything. There's our discard for a Cinccino. There's our third Cinccino as well. And there's the Ordinary Rod to put back Malamars if we need to. So I'm feeling very confident at this point. This guy with the Wall of Sand does require 7 cards, but my opponent's also at 4 prize cards. So realistically, I don't have to win next turn. That's the cool part, right? I actually don't have to win next turn. I have 3 more turns to just take 1 knockout, and I don't expect my opponent to be playing any healing at all. So I think this is pretty good. I would need to throw really hard to lose this game. If my opponent were at, say, 3 prize cards, then, or 2 prize cards rather, this turn and was taking a knockout, then that would be a lot scarier. But that is absolutely not the case at all. Alright. So let's do this. Just top deck the Malamar. Perfect. Okay, so let's get back the energy. Attach it, evolve. Get the third Cinccino going. Right, that means an extra 6 cards after the 5 from Karina's Focus. And then I'll only put Pokemon back. because I have infinite energy thanks to the training court. Alright, so now I'll use Karina's focus. Perfect. And then we'll use mate to number 1. I need 8 total rapid strike cards in my hand. I'll go ahead and make do this one. And or I have the boss for next turn. Okay, so I do have an Inkay. So then, I mean, I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still not there. So I'll save the boss just in case. I can just use the boss to win next turn if I don't win this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, as long as this hits a rapid strike Pokemon, then I think we win. So I'm pretty sure we win here. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that is that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 4 is 32. Because I'm an engineer, we win this game. I mean, because I'm an engineer, I can do maths sometimes. Not every time, but sometimes. Anyways, on to the next match. Alright, so I won the coin flip this time, and I intuitively chose to go first. I didn't even think about it. I mean, looking at this hand, I mean, it's dead. But we get a mulligan, we get a top deck out of 2 turns, so hopefully we can draw out of this. We are up against Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, so that's a little scary, but going first then ends up mattering quite a bit. And okay, so I shouldn't be able to be KO'd this upcoming turn, so I don't need a second Inkay. I think it would be a smart choice. So I think another Inkay and another Minccino off of this Val VIP pass seems like a good idea. And then I'll go ahead and bench the Rim Raid. I'll go ahead and bench this Minccino. I'll attach this energy because if my opponent tries to boss stall me, I can't actually attach the Psychic to any Pokemon to retreat. Whereas if I attach the Psychic to the active Inkay and my opponent used boss on Minccino, I would not be able to attach the Spiral energy to the Minccino. So even though it seems like it's the same, that minor decision could end up having an impact at some point. So we'll see. We'll see if that ends up coming into play. Alright, and there we go. Look at that. Look at that. Immediately rewarded for the smart decision, right? In a different scenario, you could have thought, oh, I'll keep this energy in my hand because it's bonus damage for Malamar. But you play towards every scenario possible. You prepare for the worst. If the worst happens, that's okay because you were prepared. If the worst doesn't happen, then even better, right? But I'm very proud of that. I am very, very proud of that. Or your opponent could just knock you out and then it doesn't matter, but it could have, right? It generally could have mattered. It generally absolutely could have mattered. All right, so we have you. So I'm definitely grabbing, wow, I priced 2 Cinchinos. Okay, that's bad news. So we're grabbing you. We are grabbing Octillery, which we also priced. And then we grab Karina's. We'll attach you, yes. So I wish I had more Rapid Strike cards so I could just go boss. If I had 3 of them, then I could just go boss and knock out the Urshifu, but I am safe with this Malamar in the active for now. If I get to evolve, then I'm protected from an escape rope play, which I think is what I want to do. I'm not protected from a boss play, but they already used 1. You need to have exactly energy, the Urshifu, and a boss. I could also not KO the Oranguru, right? I could choose not to KO it, so we'll see. I mean, it's not looking great for me to take a KO, actually. I think it's the energy that I discard here. No, I think it's the lovable, actually. Alright. I do want to get closer to a Malamar though. Okay, so I do have the KO. Okay, I did not get a Malamar though. So I'm not protected from an escape rope play either. So that means I need... Well, if I get another Inkay, I'm not... If I bench another Inkay, I'm actually not taking a KO here. Which might not be bad. I think I have to do this. I'm not happy about it, but I think I have to do this. Like, I win this game by knocking out the Urshifu in one hit at some point. Alright. Alright, so we get more need. So that means my Malamar... Well, no, there could still be an escape rope play. We'll see. Like, if Malamar gets KO'd, I think we're pretty okay. Did I not use Octillery? Oh no, I did for Karina's. I was like, wait, did I miss the Octillery search? But no, I did not. I needed it to grab Karina's. Right. Doesn't seem like they got the evolution though. Oh, well, never mind. Never mind, there it is. So do they forget about resistance? That's the next question. I definitely know I forgot about resistance my fair share of times in this particular matchup as well, specifically. So I think the right play would be to knock out Octillery and Cinccino in this situation. Yep, and that's exactly what they do, so good job, opponent. Alright, so now I need 2 more Rapid Strike cards in order to take this KO. I think that seems reasonable, right? Off of the next 4, potentially 5 cards, there's 1 more. Alright, so now I just need 1, because I can search for 1. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright, so I'm gonna grab these 2 back. I also have the Bruno for next turn, which is fantastic. I would love to find a Malamar off of this Great Ball. I need to grab this. So I have the 5. I'm not attaching energy this turn, of course. I do fail that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has to be 5 as 4 is 160. Times 2, 320, and that would be 10 damage short. So I do need to deal 200 and make it 400. But that's okay. We are still in a pretty good spot. Pretty good prices as well. We get to bench this, evolve this, and then Bruno into potentially the win if my opponent ends up going Melanie power up or Raihan power up, as they are playing dark energies, not water, so it would be Raihan in order for them to get that KO. Okay, that's a little scarier for sure. That is scarier, as now I have to deal with this guy. It will open up a boss play onto the Crobat, but my deck is not quite thin enough just yet, I would say. Alright. Okay, so they do get the Raihan. That's their second Raihan. They could be playing 3. I don't think that's very common, but they could be. Yeah, this is smart. However, I am playing the boss, right? So I guess knocking out a Croat is just as difficult as knocking out a Rapid Strike or Shifu, so never mind. Like the VMAX. Obviously knocking out this guy is way easier than the VMAX, but knocking out a Croat requires 5 Rapid Strike cards, knocking out this requires 5 Rapid Strike cards, so the issue is if they get to Gmax Rapid Flow next turn. That is the problem. Then they just win, right? So maybe... Nah, it's too late for that. Yeah, they could just win next turn with a Rapid Strike Flow. Okay, so what would I need? I would need a double Malamar and nothing else bench in order for me not to lose next turn. Is that even possible? I mean, we can try. I do have 2 scoop up nets, so I would need to draw both. Neither of which happened. I also have my auxiliary priced. Okay, so I need exactly 2 scoop up nets off of my I definitely didn't think of this. I need 2 scoop up nets off of my make do. Otherwise I lose. No, and even then, it's not possible. Okay, didn't get there. Didn't get there. Don't even have the knockout now. Because I evolved. That was a mistake as well. Oops. Yeah, let's just pass. That's my bad. I'm pretty sure like they're gonna pull it off anyways, right? Okay, so they had that. And they had the energy, so no matter what I did, it was over. I shouldn't have benched the Rumor Dance, and I did not foresee the situation 100%. Did not keep it into account. If I had, then maybe I would have been protected. Would have been really difficult to get the return KO, I guess, but definitely should have thought of it, right? I was talking about preparing for the worst. I should have thought about what my opponent's next moves were in order to beat me. I did, like, yeah. So that one's on me. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to leave a like, really helps out the channel, and I'll see you next time.